Hello everybody, welcome back to American Textbook Reading. I am Brian Stewart. Today we are looking at lesson 7, and this we are discovered about the first Americans. So in this lesson we will discover about who were the first people who live in America, and have a look at the famous Native Americans women. First, you have key vocabularies. First vocabulary, you have his story. Okay, someone is joke like his and story. It means his story. But it's like the story about a man. The history is written by the man, and this is about a man. But that is a joke. History is nothing like that because, in the history is some of the women, right? And some of the women is famous in the history. So the history is mean the things that happens in a particular place. The history means the things that happens.
It's a story about the woman and the man and the woman.
There's stories about the man,
about the history,
the woman, and the man.
About the written history.
About the written history. So we have written his story when people have writing. When people invent of writings, that's the time the history is written down. Now we have the writings, his story. Written his story. People write his story. They write about the things that has happened in that time, that years. Is true, and everything we know as the past is we have to read. We have to read on this story they write. Everything we know about the past, we read by the story, the things that they write down. And there are sometimes the people will talk about the prehistory. Okay, the prehistory means the time before when people started to write history. So we are gonna talk about that because anybody know what happened in the past, what happened before the history is written. So that we call the prehistory. Okay, and that is history. The next one, we have native. Okay, the native. It means living in the area since birth. So when you are born in Korean, but use a native Korean. But when you are bigger than, you go to China and you live in China. That time you also the native Korean. You're not a Chinese. You're not a native Chinese because you do like the foreigners or the major. There, the native, but some people, when they go all the adults, they go around the world, but they are all the native of their countries as native. Next one, we move to the bark. Okay, the bark is like the sound of the dog, right? But it's not. It's not another meaning, but it's also true. But that's on that vocabulary in this lesson. The bark is mean the outer covering of the tree. When you go in the forest, you touch on one tree, you can see the bark outside. This is very hard. Sometimes you can build out the bark in the tree. Okay, and we have the vocabulary taught here. The word taught here is mean hard and strong. The next one, we have canoe. Canoe means a narrow open boat that moves by a paddle. A canoe can move very fast. Yes, they can go right and left very fast. And how? We have the paddle, the word paddle. It's like the R, but it's a little bit different. The R is the long of the word that you need two of. But when you use the paddle to move a canoe, you just need one. You need to do like this for the canoe to go. But you need to use it a long time for the
boat
to move. Because the paddle is moved very slowly. That is the canoe. Next one, we have buffalo. Okay, this is not like a buffalo in America. It is the Asian buffalo. This is like the water buffalo. It's like the water buffalo. The buffalo is heard the place. Okay, it's a water buffalo. But in Americans, it just has the name that is a buffalo. That's the water buffalo. Okay, it's like this, water buffalo. In Americans, the buffalo in Americans is bigger than and dangerous than too. When you go, the buffalo in Americans is called bison. The bison can move a long time for 1,000 kilometers. It is for them to go to the north, from the north to the south. For example, when it's in the north, is hot and there's no grass. They will run. They will go to the south. But when at the south. But when the south is have the snow, they will come for the north. The north.
At the time, the American
Indians follow the bison, go to find the food. The buffaloes go anyways, and this is very important for the American Indians. They can use the buffalo skins for the house, the clothes, and
when they follow the bison, they find the food.
When they follow the bison, they can find the food. And with the horns of the bison, they can make marrying too. For an arrow and anything else. Okay, let's look at this video. It's like a buffalo, but it's like
Asian.
It's not a bison. This buffalo is not like a bison. It's smaller and
peaceful.
That's the buffalo. The next one we have hide. Okay, the hide is the skin. The skin of the animal. The skins of the animals have some, it's just still the full fur inside on it, and we call it the hide. So the height. Height, yes, it's also like yes. This is the fur of the animal. This is also the fur, but we call it the hair. Yeah, because the fur is very long and is a lot too.
We have just talked about the bison. The American Indians, they take the skin, the hide.
We talk about the buffalo.
Yes.
The buffalo, the bison in Americans. In Americans, Indians use the hide of the buffalo. Okay, the skins of buffalo, using that for making the things that they need to use.